The rural way of life is about making everyone feel at home. Tractor Supply chose advanced 5G solutions from T-Mobile for Business to transform intelligent customer service. Together, we put the power of AI to work across 2,200 stores, keeping things running seamlessly inside, curbside, and countryside. This is elevated customer experience. This is Tractor Supply with T-Mobile for Business. Take your business further at T-Mobile.com/now.
Hey guys, I found the only gift that Dad wants this Father's Day. Goldbelly. Goldbelly ships the most iconic foods from the best restaurants across the country straight to his door for free. Let him relax and enjoy award-winning barbecue from Texas, epic deep dish pizza from Chicago, or colossal pastrami sandwiches from New York. Make Dad feel like an absolute legend this Father's Day and go to goldbelly.com to get 20% off your first order with promo code DAD. That's goldbelly.com, code DAD.
It's that time that we like to say, welcome to
Eejits of the world! Yeah, and for any of the listeners at home, you did hear that. There is an audience. We don't just have the window open. That's it. People have been straggling by.
We are in Galway.
That's right.
Galway, the jewel of the west of Ireland.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Yeah.
The land of fucking knitwear.
That's right.
And Mr. Glenn, did you know this city is host to 114 different festivals a year?
No. 114?
There's a lot of fucking festivals.
They get a deal on a festival sign?
Yeah. Once it's oysters, next week it's comedians, then it's horses, then it's jazz. But that's not where we are. We're at the Galway Comedy Festival.
That's right.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Here at the King's Head pub. And he must have been good at it if they named a pub after his ability.
Yeah.
Let that one settle. Let him get that one.
The settler. That's a dirty one for the start, madam. We won't be all filth. Yep, they called him the Duke of Deep Throat. I wish I should have said that. Do you know, here we go. So this is through the show. We're going to tell a couple of stories, but through that, Mr. Glenn, I'm going to help teach you about Galway.
Thank you.
These are a list of facts that this is how Galway is actually sailed. Sailed? Sold.
This is a trick auction. You've all just bought a timeshare.
You all bought my hangover. You all own 14% of a hangover. I suggest buying a packet of Tato crisps.
Yeah.
Oh, so oniony. So good. But these are a list of facts, my friend.
Okay.
That this city is sold to the general public of the world with. But within them, some of them are untruths.
Ah, sneaky.
But they're all used as tourism dragging people in.
Okay.
Facts. Are you ready for the first one?
I
True
am.
or not true? This very pub we sit in, the King's Head, is called the King's Head because when Oliver Cromwell had King Charles I of England beheaded, they couldn't get an Englishman to do the job, so they advertised around Ireland and Scotland. And as a guy from here in Galway went, me. God, I'd fucking love to chop the head off a king. He won the gig. His name was Gunning. He went to London, chopped the head off the king, and to thank him for beheading the king, they gave him this pub.
No, I think if it was a job an English person wouldn't do, they'd just get a Polish guy to do it.
That's true. I should have mentioned he was also Polish.
Okay, yeah. All right, it reads.
He was our first Polish fella. We nabbed him coming out of a gym. This guy. What the fuck's going on here? This guy's going to the gym. Your head's slightly flat at the back. Where are you from?
What are all those funny machines in that pub?
The fuck? guy's walking, but he's going nowhere. The fuck, why would you lift things and then put them down and then lift them again? Yes. True or false? Is this boozer a present to a beheader?
Yes.
Correct.
Bing.
Correct. Yes, indeed. That is why it is called the King's Head. That and Charlie the First was great at noshing ding dong.
Yeah. Broke his heart to cut that head off. Yeah. And it brings so much joy to so many people.
A lot of cum, though. That's what the rough was for. Apologise, madam. It won't all be like this.
I know. She's going back to New Zealand with a very poor opinion of us.
Like, Jesus, is this comedy in? It's just monarchs getting their heads chopped off and people... Anyway, so that's my first one for you.
All right.
Would you like another one to just really get us going here?
Yeah, I think we've all enjoyed the first one.
Yes.
Except the filthy bit at the end.
Yeah. Christopher Columbus.
Okay.
Yes. Came to Galway.
What?
Yeah. He was in Galway.
He didn't... Was he acting like, boy, India is sure a lot like Ireland.
Jesus. Hey, you're paler and more rainy than I expected him to be.
It was a lot closer. How did nobody else find it?
We have come for your spices. Well, we've got spicy burgers. If that's the spice you pursue.
Yeah. Yeah, we got spices. Get him some spices.
Yeah, spicy burgers.
Yeah.
So he came here. He was already a sailor. He was already a mariner.
You'd have to be.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
He didn't come here on EasyJet. Fucking Christopher Columbus didn't land in Knock, and they still hadn't built any way of leaving Knock. I will have to sail the oceans blue.
Yeah, he's just trying to get home.
So he's in a boozer here in Galway,
all right,
where he discovers that there in fact might be a new world. A world beyond the ocean that the Irish used to call High Brazil.
What?
Yeah.
What? Why would they call it that? Like, did Brazil even exist at that point?
Well, they had the cocaine, so yes.
Oh, really? Yeah. Or was it just a pubic description of what was going on?
No, seriously. High Brazil. So he's in it gets weirder. So he's in the boozer here in Galway, Christopher Columbus.
Okay.
Right? He gets chatting to some people.
Okay.
Where he discovers that there in fact might be this land beyond the ocean called High Brazil. Right? And he's like, bollocks. Well, he wouldn't have spoken like that. He was Genoese.
And how was he speaking to anybody?
Well, I mean, I don't know.
Like, just charades?
I don't know. I mean... You know it.
Hi, Brazil.
I am looking for a way to India.
Yeah, and we want to get high in Brazil.
Yeah, exactly. So he didn't believe them. He's like, fuck off, shut up. There's no way there's this place beyond the ocean called High Brazil. Shut up. What's the matter with you, fucking potato man?
Sounds a lot like Berlusconi.
Oh, the Lord likes Silvio Berlusconi. That's it. But you know, ultimately, the message that I'm trying to put out there, I do mock the Italians a lot on this podcast. But Glenn, the reality is, us Irish and the Italians, we need to find common ground. And they are the pasta people. We are the potato people. Do you know what that common ground is?
Gnocchi.
Gnocchi, that's right. If only we could just share a plate of gnocchi. Now, so he's in the boozer.
Okay.
Right, and he's like, shut up, you fucking assholes. Right? You city of tribes, what the fuck does it mean? Right? So what happened is they went, yes, we can prove it. And they brought out from behind the bar an enormous nut.
What? I hope this isn't just something that's been lost in translation. The barman produced an enormous nut. You get a check. You get a check.
Sean Oak has one giant testicle. And he's sick of fucking tourists. He just gets his bollock out on the counter.
They didn't have TV back then.
No, they did not. So it turns out that there's once every fucking 100 years, this giant nut, which is related to the chestnut, grows wild in the Amazon. And once in hundreds of years, one of them will fall into the Orinoco. And then it will float along up the Orinoco flow and land on the west coast of Ireland.
And this barman was able to extrapolate all that from a giant nut he found. Well, that's from a place called High Brazil. Wouldn't just be a giant wooden thing, no.
No, like, I mean, it had to come from somewhere. And it wasn't from fucking Roscommon. I mean, that's your frame of reference in medieval Galway.
Yeah, but the people weren't moving around that much anyway. It could have just come from up the way, but people generally never left where they were from. So.
No, there's places in Mayo now, if they had a big nut, they changed the name of the town to Big Nut Town. That's
not why they called it that, Andrew. Apparently it's an affliction that affects a lot of barmen. Passed on through the generations.
But that's it. That's how it began. That's how Christopher Columbus went, shut up. And then somebody else showed him the diaries of St. Brendan. Do you know who St. Brendan is?
No.
He's the patron saint of all Brendans.
Oh, what?
Right? Cousin of St. Kevin. There's always, and they're the sons of St. Desi, whose brother was Eamon.
Okay.
No, seriously.
I believe you, man.
Yeah. So no, St. Brendan, in fact, it was Christopher Columbus was the third European to sail across the Great Ocean and discover the New World. Because the Vikings did it first.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah.
And then St. Brendan did it. All on his own.
Who? St.
Brendan.
And he did
St. Brendan? Yeah.
Just a guy named Brendan. Well, was he a saint when he did it? Or did he come back and they were like, oh, fuck, way to go, Brendan.
He went all the way to the New World and back on a little boat on his own.
But was he a saint when he did it?
No.
So I was correct.
That's right.
Brendan did it.
The miracle. He travelled for 3 months at sea and didn't masturbate once. It's called the miracle of the giant nut.
Yeah, he had a giant nut after it, like when he got back, I'll tell you that much.
Put it up on the counter, Brendan. The Italians will love to take a look at that. So, true or false?
Well, I mean, you've slipped a lot of laws in with this bill you're trying to pass.
Bring down the inflation bill. Yeah. Ooh, we're going to space again.
I would say it's true to you.
Oh, that's nice. There was an emotional truth there.
Yeah.
It's very emotionally true. Right, well, do you want to... that's true. I have more.
Yeah. We're having fun with the... yeah.
Would you like another one?
Let's do it.
Righto. So there's another pub here in this town called...
That's true.
Correct. Quite true. Yes. There is another pub here in Galway called Teenoctons.
Yeah.
Yep.
I've been in it.
Yes.
If that's the one I'm thinking of.
But yes,
all I'm going is off of here because I can see the writing, and that's not the sound that it makes. Oh, Chikukanurpatanot. Yes, I have.
Oh, losing my fucking mind here.
Yeah. That's why I don't think anybody talked to Christopher Columbus when he was here. That's what you did with your spelling, I guess.
Just Christopher Columbus walking around the town. Who's got a big nut for me? Come on. So,
yeah.
Gene Octon's.
Yeah.
The pub.
It's just over there, right?
Yeah, just around the corner from here.
Yeah. It's got the venison stew. Oh. And every time we take Kevin Healy, the director of this festival, in there, we have venison stew. And when the waitress comes over, he asks about the venison stew, and he goes, "Is it deer?"
Awful.
Every time. And then Niall, the assistant director, does the same joke when he shows up later.
Yep. These people walk amongst us.
Not at night. They stagger.
These people shuffle amongst us.
These people are currently asleep under the tables amongst us.
Curled up like a faithful dog. So, Gene Octon, the pub.
Yes.
Right? The pub was founded by a man called Richard Martin. But he was more famously known in the city of Galway.
Ricky Martin. And how was his life up to that point? How had he been living it?
That's where the rumors about him started. Yeah. Ricky Martin.
That was him trying to read the sign. Upside, inside, out. What's going on with these letters?
Richard Martin. Okay. The man was more famously known around the city of Galway as Humanity Dick. Yeah, Humanity
like
Dick.
a superhero? There's a lonely widower in the alley.
That's it.
Humanity Dick.
Humanity Dick.
What year?
Don't know. Didn't write that bit down. But he was called Humanity Dick because of the things that he did. Have a guess why they called him Humanity Dick.
Sometime they would need a detective in the 50s to help humanely solve a case. Humanity Dick.
Boy, oh boy, we got a crime scene here. What these people need is a little bit of empathy. Bring in these jamokes. Which one of you shot him, you bums? You know what? You didn't. Society shot him. You're the real victims around here. My name's not Humanity Dick.
I like that one.
Hey. Okay, maybe he'll come back. Yeah. As Silvio Berlusconi's assistant. Yeah. So, any other guesses why he's called Humanity Dick?
Maybe it was a misunderstanding, and he had a large penis that resembled a manatee.
What a fucking extraordinary leap of imagination the entire population of Galway to come to.
Yeah, go get Huge Nut and Humanity Dick. Time to put on the talent show again. They finish 1 or 2.
It was the very first festival.
Yeah.
That's how the festival culture of Galway began. A man had a cock like a fucking freshwater marsupial. Is that what it is? Is that what it anyway, what it fucking is? No, he was called Humanity Dick because he founded the RSPCA, the Royal Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals.
Ooh. Well, it sounds like he just stopped doing something at that point.
Yeah. Up to that point, everybody
What does his
was...
dick have to do with that story?
Well, if you're going to stop doing it, you're a fucking saint. Put him up on the board with Brendan.
Yeah.
True or false? Humanity dick.
Yeah, well, why would you make something up like that?
Well, we shall see as the show progresses.
Oh,
because some of the truths are lies.
Wow.
So is this true or false?
Well, I'm going to say true.
Correct. Absolutely correct. Humanity dick.
Humanity dick.
Would you, do you have any Eejits for us? Or do you want to keep going through the true or false?
I'm enjoying the true or false.
More true or false?
More true or false.
All right. There is cannons in the middle of Eyre Square that were originally stolen from the Russians in the Crimean War.
Wow.
Right? That's not it. That's just the truth.
Okay.
But then they were taken away for a long period of time because of what was known at the time, the Fenian fever.
What? Is that when people are attracted to Irish women?
Quite positive.
That's what Columbus was doing here.
Yeah. Oh, he got the Fenian fever.
Yeah. I got your Crimean cannon right over here.
Oh.
Get it out of the square, Columbus.
Yeah. Got a couple of heavy balls I need firing. The Fenian fever. Ding 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 20, 40, 100 years ago.
1,400 years ago.
I don't know. That was the Vikings, wasn't it?
I don't know. No, but have you asked the question yet, though? They were taken away because of the Fenian fever.
That's right. Did they take the cannonball?
How would that fight? What's that?
Sorry, I was wondering who. I was losing track. I'm good now. I'm following everything.
Right.
Yeah. No, I missed it too. They took the cannons or the cannonballs away. Because if they had cannons and cannonballs in the town square, that's just a really bad idea.
Yeah,
Like,
but this all happened long.
Yeah, we're going to have to take these live cannons away because of the Fenian fever. No, I think because people keep shooting them at the shops.
Yeah, that's basically it. That was the worry. This all happened long before Supermax.
Right.
This was a violent, strange place anyway.
Yeah. That's right. Using the square to have your cannon fights.
Yeah. Oh, there's nothing like a good Saturday night cannon fight, is there? Get a couple of bottles of Buckfast into you and really blast the enemy. Just hit him with grape shot. Fuck them, they're from Tume anyway. Just use the cannon on them.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, sure. I could see that they would take it away. I don't know what Fenian fever is. Was it just an energy?
It is. It's a very fucking particular energy. I think you'll faint. All right. Yeah.
Right. So they didn't want. There was a faction of society that they didn't want to have access to cannons, and
yes.
They thought, well, these ones that we've left out where everyone knows where they are, maybe
we could tuck them away.
We should not have them out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if it didn't happen, then that's on you.
This is the era of Irish men fighting each other to death with shillelaghs.
And they had access to cannons.
They had cannons, but they preferred. That's right.
They preferred the sticks.
If you've never
Had
seen
anyone told them what the cannons were for?
Yeah. Well, if you've ever seen a knobbly stick in action, you'll know.
Oh, every night.
Really? At 49 every night?
I didn't say I finished.
Sorry about that, man.
I'm not sorry about shit anymore.
Well, yes or no?
Yes.
Correct.
Yeah.
Another one correct. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Right. Moving on. There is a village in the county of Galway called Carrow, and it's famous for Harriet the singing donkey.
I mean, what is fame now?
Wow.
Actually,
Really makes you think, doesn't it? What is fame now?
I mean, if it's from like the olden days, maybe, but sadly, if it was from now and TikTok, yeah, there would be. If you had a singing donkey on TikTok, they'd have 60 million followers. Mm-hmm. And that's how we've regressed, people. What year did this happen?
It doesn't say. It doesn't say in any of the tourism bump. All it says is number 16 most notable thing about Galway is there's a village outside that's got a singing donkey called Harriet. No reference to when it is, what she sings, what's her style, is she a chanteuse?
Is she any good?
Is she any good? They call her the Billie Holiday of the West. But can she really sustain a note like Billie Holiday?
I don't know.
Neither do I.
I'm going to say it's true, just because it feels like something that would happen in
anywhere in
rural
Ireland.
areas. Yeah.
Last night somebody kicked off at one of my gigs. I said that.
Yeah, that happens a lot.
Yeah.
By the way.
I said that Galway was rural, and somebody went, "See, see, it's not rural. He said it's very much urban, very much urban."
It is not urban. It takes 9 hours to get here from anywhere else. You are not a fucking mega center.
No.
A secret. We're the secret city. Fuck off. You've got a singing donkey that's famous. That's how rural you are. Have you seen the singing donkey? Oh, is it New York?
Classic New York City. Down the bright lights of Broadway. Man. Here comes the singing donkey.
Yeah. I preferred the singing donkey when they were at CBGB's. That's when the music meant something.
It was rough back then. They were just singing donkeys. That's how punk started. People think it was the New York Dolls and the Ramones. It wasn't. It was Harriet the singing donkey.
Yeah, she carved "I Need a Fix" into the side of her belly.
Oh, that's a sad...
It's a Sid Vicious reference, for fuck. That's how rural you are. What happened to the singing donkey?
Yeah. Rural people.
Missed the reference. It was punk and donkey.
It's still a sad image, Glenn. The idea of catching a donkey jacking up between its hooves. Oh, sad. It's not what you want from a singing donkey in the west of Ireland. You want him drunk. There's no way that donkey started singing sober. That all happened one day when a man was making his own fucking poutine.
Yeah. There's a reason no one would drink with him. I'll drink with my donkey then.
I'll drink with any man's donkey.
That's the reason no one wanted to drink with him.
You fucking lap away at that, you'll be singing by midnight. I tell you what, you got the voice of an angel, Harriet the fucking donkey. One day you're going to be Harriet the singing donkey. You fucking stick with me, kid.
All right. Yeah, I think it's true.
Correct. Harriet the Singing Donkey of Carrow.
All right.
Right. The smallest museum in Ireland is here in Galway.
Does so is it small enough that you think it's small?
Dear listeners, that was called a height joke. And it was the height of bad manners. Mr. Hairy Canadian Bear.
Oh, so angry.
I tell you, if you see him fucking topless, the water beads off him. Really? He should be standing...
Which he can't break the meniscus of.
All right, okay, maybe I could drown in a raindrop. The smallest museum in Ireland is here in Galway, and it is in honour of James Joyce's former lover called Nora Barnacle.
Hold on. There's a lot going on in that story.
Mm-hmm. Sure
Was Nora particularly small?
No, but she was hard to shake off. Thank you. That, ladies and gentlemen, was a copper-bottomed gag. Oh, yeah. A couple of people fans of the sea in the room. We've got some nautical types.
Yeah,
we got the nautical types in. Arr!
You'd have to be a fan of the sea to live in Galway, I would think.
I think you would.
Yeah.
I think you would.
Yeah.
I mean, considering their major tourist attraction is jumping off a thing into it. That was number 3 in things to do in Galway, in a city of 114 festivals. Just jump off that fucking thing.
I think they just put that thing up for the amount of people that just get blown into the sea. Just make it look like, they did it on purpose.
Second fastest flowing river in Europe.
No, that's true. I saw that last night. So
it is a fast river.
Who's the best though?
The Foyle.
Who's the? Is that really the name of it?
Yeah.
That's a terrible novel. Who's the river that beat us? The Foyle.
It's the River Foyle that runs through Derry/Londonderry.
Oh, wow.
That's a really fast river. You need it fast to keep the Prods and Catholics apart.
Yeah.
Fuck me, that's a fast fucking flowing river. Jesus Christ, I'm gonna kill that fucker over there. But I can't get him. I go in there with a knife between my teeth and I swim across, and the whole time I've got the bloodlust about me.
Yeah.
I want to kill that fucking unionist cunt, but I keep fucking coming out 5 mile down the bank.
Yeah, just have to kill whoever you find. Sorry, I wanted a guy up there, but...
I came a fucking shore in Muff. I'm like, I can't kill any of you. You're diesel smugglers and related to me. Everybody knows a Leo the killer of. You know, see, he's actually... This man here, ladies and gentlemen, isn't just a settler from the New World.
No.
He is, in fact, connected by blood.
I'm a salmon returning home.
He is.
My granny was from Coleraine. And that's... Thank you very much. Was that for my granny or for Coleraine?
It won't...
One of those is weird if you did that. Woo, your granny. I've seen some pictures of that little mink.
Well, if you're here, something happened back in the day. If you know what I'm talking about. Somebody had a glorious 12th.
I'll show you a glorious 12. I don't know what he's talking about, but
yeah. So your family are from up north as well. The company wrestlers,
just my granny. She was a war bride. My grandpa was in the Canadian Air Force and was cutting a rug during the war. And
it's not the most heroic thing to do in a war.
Well, somebody had to dance. And he locked eyes with my granny, and one thing led to another, and she ended up living in Canada. Yeah. That's how she felt about it too.
Fuck, it snows every day.
Yeah.
Walker or a marcher?
What's that?
Was she a walker or a marcher?
It depended on the season. She lived in the Northwest Territories, so yeah, it was, in the winter you had to march just to get over the snow.
Nobody's strolling through Canada. Fucking cold, you gotta get indoors.
But I'll tell you, she stood out. It's funny. There was a point when we were kids. When I was a kid, the families had gone camping. Me and my brothers and our cousins and my mom and her sister, to my dad and my uncle and my granny and my grandpa, and we were
fucking padded out, Jesus.
I tell you that.
We've only got 24 minutes left. And then there was my Uncle Archibald, twice removed. He was not a blood relative, but still very close. Very intimate.
Was I talking too much, Andrew? How many fucking stories have you told me that? And it started in 1745.
Well, that's right. You've got to get in when the prods arrived.
So our whole family is on this camping trip, and there was a cabin, and then there was a tent where all the kids were sleeping in. And in the morning, the frying of the bacon attracted a bear. Where all the adults were in the house and the kids were in the tent, and there was a bear sniffing around the tent. And as my dad and my uncle searched the cabin for the rifle that you keep in case of bear, and it was sort of a borrowed cabin, so they're sort of looking, is it in the truck or is it in... My grandmother put the bacon in the sink and attacked a bear with a hot frying pan.
Come on, 38. Wait.
Well, what are we gonna get out of the way? And my favorite thing about that story is it's quite an Irish story, and everybody I've ever told it to, they've like I do this on purpose. I before they know much about me, I'll ask them what religion they thought my granny was, and it's always 50-50. Some say Catholic, some say Protestant, but I've never ever had not anybody not be able to guess which part of Ireland she's from. And that's a Northern Irish person.
That's very much killing birds with fucking hot fucking, you know what I mean? Things out of the kitchen. Rolling pins. I remember I killed a fucking snake with a rolling pin. Just threw a bit of flour in its eyes. Stunned it, you know what I mean? Tied it in a knot, turned it into a fucking thing.
Yeah.
Started walking around the town with a snake around my neck. See who I get upset. Turned out it was the Hindus. I'm really upset. Fucking, we're fucking going on with your snake. I'm like, fuck you.
Yeah.
It's good. So did the bear die or what happened?
I don't think so. I think the
Just
bear.
gave it a good sound
I
thrashing.
think if you come out with a really hot frying pan and you're fucking nuts,
Yeah.
bears respond to that. They're like, as much as it would be lovely to eat a tent full of children, this woman is crazy.
No.
And I'm gonna go back into the forest where there's nobody else with frying pans and those looks in their eyes.
Yeah, it's just coming towards a bear. I've hated you bear people since 1762. I swear to God, I'm gonna fuck you up. I just wanted a snack. Fucking snack, then I snacked her for you. He's your Tito. Northern fucking Tito. Fucking hell. Ah, fuck. The North. Do we have any Northerners in? Let's talk about them.
Yeah.
Talk about them. Safe. We're safe. Fuck, we're going to have to reunite with them against our will. Anyway. I don't even know this is actually changing, Glenn. In Northern Ireland, the last national census is no longer majority Protestant.
Is it not?
It's not majority Catholic either. It's now majority neither.
Oh.
Yeah, the largest religious group in Northern Ireland just put neither on the census.
Wow.
Yeah, and I thought that's progress, isn't it? But then if you actually gig in Northern Ireland, you'll know, fuck no. You could be doing a gig to the most liberal, arty bunch of people in Belfast, and you go on stage, you go, God, it's amazing. Things have changed so much. You're now majority neithers, right? At least half of that fucking audience would be absolutely screwing with rage, just under their breath going, it's pronounced neither. Fucking dirty. I'm not fucking sending them to school, those dirty fucking neither children. You know what I mean? They'll let a bird wander around the estate, won't even fucking hit it with a friend. Who lives like that? Who lives like that? What was the other one from Northern Ireland? This fuck place is so weird. Jesus, it's like Ireland's weird as fuck, and then we've got an extra weird bit up in the corner.
Yeah.
Last night I tried to explain it. It's like when you buy a new Hoover, you don't get rid of the old Hoover, you just put it in the corner. Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
But there's the largest lake in Ireland, which provides the vast majority of drinking water for the whole of Northern Ireland, is called Loch Ness.
Okay. True.
True, correct. Yeah. Now we get it. And it turns out that it's the lake. The water is owned by the people of Northern Ireland, which is fair enough. They need it for drinking and washing and whatnot. And, fucking watering down their disgusting pints of harp.
Yep.
Right?
I know what water's for.
That's right. 2 pints in one. It's miraculous. But the actual, the lake bed and the shoreline of the lake is still owned by an English aristocrat. Right?
Is he going to put a house on it?
No, he's what he's done is he's dug all the gravel out of it and sold the gravel, which has created an algal bloom, which has turned the largest lake in Ireland green on the surface, and they can't drink the fucking water anymore, right? And the fucker only owns the lake because his ancestors butchered everybody on the lakeshore, and we know this because his ancestor wrote a letter about it. He wasn't like keeping it quiet.
To who?
To the Queen.
Oh, okay. What I did on my summer vacation.
I doth travel to Ireland and put the Catholics to the sword. My liege, you will find that the fucking Fenian fever has broken. And I doth own now a lovely lake for it all.
Yeah.
But his real name, right? The guy who owns the fucking lake inherited it. He's 44. His name is Nicholas Ashley Cooper.
Okay.
Which sounds like 3 generations of the same man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Nicholas the grandfather, Ashley the son, and the funky son, Cooper. Oh, yeah. We're all investment bankers, but one of us is a skateboarder. But the guy who has fucked over the people of Northern Ireland, he won't fucking sell the lake. So he's holding the fucking lake hostage, and he's fucking over everybody who likes drinking clean water in Northern Ireland. And his fucking actual title is the Earl of Shaftesbury. What a great name for an aristocratic villain, isn't it? Well, I seem to have stolen all your water. Oh, my name's not the Earl of Shaftesbury. I am the Duke of Bamboozleshire. You're like to come up with an English villain in Ireland. The Earl of Shaftesbury.
Yeah.
I'm the Duke of Buggerington. Boil your kettles one more time.
And what's going to happen to him? Is he going to be? Are they rising up against him?
They tried that, and then we had a peace process. So kind of fought that one to a 0-0 draw. Nothing. He's just keeping it.
It's just being a dick. It's
He's
in the
being a
news,
dick.
and
it gets worse. Do you know what he did before he inherited the title of Earl of fucking Shaftesbury? Do you know what he did? This fuck went to Eton. He went.
Oh, yeah, he'd have to.
Yeah. He went to Eton.
Majored in mustache twiddling. No, boy, like this.
I am trying. My boy, I want you to imagine that you own a ruby that once belonged to a Indian harem. No, you're true. It's like a zirconium in your mind. No, ruby. He was this fuck nut. Before he went to the most expensive, most powerful fucking school in the English language, in the English-speaking world, fucking Eton.
Yeah.
And you know, fucking 60 grand a fucking year to send a kid to fucking Eton, this fuck.
Well, they're not going to turn into cunts on their own.
Nope. No, you're going to have to wear these breeches and, dare I say it, kick a Coleman, son. Do you know what he did before he inherited the fucking title? He was a DJ in New York.
Oh, well,
yuck!
Then they wasted a lot of money on Eton because he would have been a cunt. He would have been. That's enough training.
Yeah. So that's what he was doing prior to shafting the people of Northern Ireland. He was just like in some fucking basement bar full of privately educated cokeheads. Then he gets the phone call. My boy, your father's passed. Sorry, guys. Play it from your phones. I must away. I seem to own the drinking water of Ulster.
Oh, you want me to change it, do you? I'm sorry, I don't take requests.
Well, so there you go.
There we are.
Do you have another story you wish to talk about?
do.
We have 13 minutes left.
13 minutes.
13 glorious minutes. I still have one more fact for you, but we could wrap it up with the fact.
Right. You
What do
want
you
me
wanna
to tell my story?
Tell a story, yeah.
It has an Irish twist to it. I was reading a book.
We call that Club Lemon. Do you remember Club Lemon when it came out? Mind's blown. It's like an orange, only yellow.
I'm lost.
Don't bring a bag of lemons to the fucking hospital. Nobody will appreciate you.
Have you had a stroke?
Boy, have I. It's called Guinness. See, in Ireland, what you do is you get a stroke on one side and you keep on drinking, and then you get a stroke on both sides, and then you just look like a JA manager. His face is falling on both sides. He's in charge of Cavan. Go on, tell us your story.
It was from a book I was reading called, it was about the railroad being built across America. It was called Iron Rails, Iron Men, and the Race to Build America. And that's like race as in competition, not the group of people. Yeah, that's a different kind of book. And that would be about Chinese people anyway. But also, if you know about the railroad that across America, it was also Irish people. Irish people and Chinese people built that railroad, but the foreman of the whole railroad, he was, and this was back a long time ago, and you may be surprised to find out he was a bit of a racist. And he would not let the Irish and the Chinese crews work together. He found that his opinion was that the Chinese were an effeminate race and could not build alongside white people. I don't know who he thought built the Great Wall of China.
Yeah. Pretty sturdy bit of fucking civil engineering.
Yeah, still to this day. But he felt that the Chinese were only good for laundry and cooking duties, and but the Chinese groups fought to be able to also build the railroad too. And this is where in the book it sort of gets like, you feel angry at that dude, and you're like, well, you're fucking racist and you shouldn't be like that. But then the author is like, but through cultural superiority, the Chinese actually built longer and straighter railroads than the Irish crews. And he's like, well, don't start using superiority when you start those words. And it sort of was. It was because it wasn't like a racial superiority. It was the Chinese crews. They used to make tea for their breaks, and the Irish crews, no, they would drink just water from the streams and the lakes. It was called brackish water, and you really can't do that. If you boil the water, you're fine, but they were getting dysentery and severe diarrhea.
The Irish were?
Yeah, the Irish, because the Chinese were drinking tea and the Irish were drinking brackish water.
We're just drinking the river.
Yeah, and
God,
and
you
then,
can see why alcohol took off in this country, can't you?
Well, and then trying to build a railroad the next day with severe diarrhea and the hangover sweating into your shirt, that cannot have been. I can't even ride a bicycle down cobblestones if I have diarrhea, let alone swing a fucking sledgehammer at a spike all day long, clenching your bum. Mm-hmm. So I don't think it was like a racial superiority. I think the Chinese crews were just watching the Irish do that and just looking at it going, well, boys, whatever happens, we are not going back to laundry.
That's we're making these people food.
Yeah, real straight as an arrow.
Our mate Ray Lau is a TV producer at Belfast. His dad was from Hong Kong. His mom's from the Glens in Antrim. Yeah, that's it, from the fucking Glens. And his dad introduced the first ever Chinese takeaway to Northern Ireland. It was in Andersonstown in West Belfast. And it was a Chinese takeaway in Belfast in the 70s. And from this one Chinese takeaway, he put Ray and all three of Ray's siblings, they all went to the best Catholic school in Northern Ireland, all off the back of this one fucking Chinese takeaway in West Belfast. And their number one dish they sold in the Chinese takeaway in Northern Ireland was curry chip. That's it, mate. That's what we're looking for. Some of the exotic food from the Middle Kingdom. Chips with gloop on top. Because until you showed up, mate, we just had chips. Naked chips. And then you came along with your fucking exotic ways. Here's gloop. That's how much we fucking love chips.
Yeah.
So, we are coming almost to the conclusion. And finally, just one more. Should we you want to have another go? Oh, you never even answered the last one.
Did I not?
The smallest museum in Galway is dedicated to James Joyce's lover, Nora Barnacle.
True.
Correct. You ready for one more?
Yep.
And then we should give him the AIO bit?
Sure.
Fuck, it's so great. So the final fact for you about Galway is the word lynch, to extrajudicially murder somebody, in revenge, spontaneously,
Okay.
is from here. There is, in fact, Lynch's Castle. In fact, one of the original 14 tribes of Galway are the Lynches. And a couple of 100 years ago, there was a man called Lynch. His missus was cheating on him with a Spaniard. That's an old time. We now call them Spanish. Once we start taking them into our houses and teaching them English, we started calling them Spanish rather than Spaniards.
If I was Spanish, I'd prefer Spaniard. It's got a little flair to it.
It sure does.
Yeah.
Yeah, Spanish sounds just a bit bureaucratic.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Hello,
Spaniards like pushing boots.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Just, hello, I'm Spanish.
Yeah.
I am a Spaniard. Is that
Yeah,
condoms? Not for me. Dunderland, Dunderland,
Yeah.
Dunderland, 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 Dunda. Oh, Nora, I will knock you up. For I am Guy de la Gamba. Yeah, a Spaniard is going to take off his hat like that.
Yeah. You'd be more afraid of like if he was
Spaniard.
like, yeah.
So what happens is the guy his missus cheats on him with the Spaniard. He murders the Spaniard.
What?
And then the murderer's dad is the chief of what is essentially the police at the time, but it was a different thing. But he was the top judge in the town of Galway, and it was the father's responsibility to execute his own son for the murder. But everybody in Galway was like, it's a bit harsh. It's only a Spaniard.
Yeah.
Right? The whole Galway, no, God, let him go. Like, I mean, it's a crime of passion. Right? Mm-hmm. But the dad, Mr. Lynch Sr., went, no, it's my job. And he hung him out a window in Eyre Square. Wow. And that's where we get the word lynch from.
I mean, it would have taken you a long time to make that story up. So I'm going to say true.
It's fucking bullshit. It turns out it's absolute fucking horseshit, Galway. There is no record of any of these people ever fucking existing. And yet you hoodwink tourists every day of the fucking week. There's some prick with an umbrella in an air and 15 unwitting Patagonians behind him.
Yeah.
Oh, it's fascinating. It's not true.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, they tell that to tourists?
Every hour of every fucking day. That, and there's only a clock on 3 sides of the Protestant cathedral.
Yeah, that's for the Americans. Yes, Americans, lynching came from here.
So, where are you guys all from? Alabama? Well, this'll make you feel better. Turns out you're the second worst people. Which is not true.
Wow.
In fact, a figment.
Wow.
There you are. So
Okay.
you live and you learn.
Excellent.
In this city of smoke and mirrors. Yes. 4 seasons in one day. 114 festivals per annum. Anything can be true, Mr. Glenn.
I feel that.
In Galway. And seed. No. Well, I think we would like to end. Obviously, this is Halloween week, and we were actually speaking to this nice lady here from New Zealand. We were talking about the fact that Halloween is actually an Irish festival, and it used to be all across Northern Europe, but then the Reformation kind of squashed it everywhere else. And it is essentially a celebration of life and death.
Yeah.
Because, back in the day before central heating, like, lots of people just didn't make it. The 80s. Up to 1986, only 1 in 4 people made it through the winter in Ireland. And that's
the unlucky ones.
That's what Halloween was there for. It was a big send-off. Barbara, you're in shit shape. We think this is it for you. But pick a sweetie out of the bag. But sure, I'm only 34. Yeah, but you're not one of those fucking, healthy 34s.
Your ghost costume's gonna be real soon.
Now that is the sort of fighting talk I like. Jesus, yeah, some Canadian fucking fighting talk.
Yeah.
Fucking Ghost Customs gonna be fucking real soon.
Keep flapping your gums.
Fucking keep fucking talking, asshole. I see you drinking straight out of the river. Fucking keep talking, buddy. So this is fucking great. So the robots, the robots are coming to take all our jobs and our lives and whatnot. And a lot of people are cheapskates and they're just going on ChatGPT to fucking get people to write shit for them.
Yeah.
Somebody in America.
The robots can have my life, by the way.
That's a fucking, what a sad country music song title that is.
Go ahead, you fucking robots. Take it.
Take what you want from me. That could be this week's bumper sticker.
Yeah.
Here we go. Somebody, these cheapskates, this is an obituary of a loved one. But nobody could be fucking arsed to write this woman's obituary. So they just fed the data into ChatGPT. Are you ready for this? Is fucking unbelievable. This is a real human being. And this is what the robots came up with. Brenda Tent retired from living at the age of old. Surrounded by family and natural causes. A librarian by birth.
You just know. You just know.
You just know. When they come out with a little laminated card on them.
Didn't cry.
Didn't I? Brenda was an avid collector of dust. She had a sweetheart and married her high school. She
Sounds
loved...
fun. She
She
collected dust?
She loved having hobbies and helping her sons to be disadvantaged youths. She had no horses, but she thought she did. It's all in here. It's all here. The church gave her a choir because she sang like a bird and looked like a bird. And Brenda was a bird. She owed us so many poems. The funeral will be held in 1974 at Heaven.
It's a great bar. It's a good place to hold it.
Great fucking bar. Great bar. And
In the fuck room at Heaven.
And finally, in lieu of flowers, please send Brenda more life. Well, we were last night. We were very nervous. Well, you weren't. I was about how this was going to go. We've never done this Eejits of the World live. Probably nervous because half a dozen comedians in the room took the piss out of me all last night. Every one of them promised they were going to heckle all the way fucking through, but in fact they were very good boys and girls. Round of applause for the comedians. Very good. Much better, much better.
Yeah, that was
Carl,
good.
not a peep out of Carl Spain.
I know.
Astonishing. Very good.
He's getting ready to release that breakfast, though.
I drank some river water.
Oh, yes, he fucking did. Yeah. And there you know. And anytime you see Carl naked down by the stream, that's what's happening. Try not to judge. If that fucker went into the fastest river in Ireland, he'd be fucking gone. Going the other way on the Orinoco flow. Landing in Brazil. That's how they discovered there was an old world. What the fuck is going on here with this thing? Thank you, Carl. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is known as a topper.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching and listening to Eejits of the World. Thank you. It's been a Pod People production.
Pod People production.
It's a Pod People production. All right.
Pod people.